Right, good evening. My name is Ashad Adam. So you can call me Ashad, you can call me Adam. This is being recorded. So for those who are not here, you can watch it later. What we want to do is to run an introduction on performance management. I'm an FCCA, and I've been trained, in a firm, an accounting firm, which is called Deloitte. Those days we call it Touche International. I started lecturing in 1995. So that's a long time ago. I first started lecturing on ACCA for MAT Abacus. In those days we call it MAT. Now it's MAT Abacus Business School. I first started lecturing in Kampala in May 2007. So by May this year will be 19 years that I've been teaching for MAT Abacus, for MAT in Uganda. I teach performance management and also the advanced paper, which is an optional paper, which is called Advanced Performance Management. All right. For many of you, this will be, for those especially who have been given an exemption from the first initial papers, this could be the first paper that you're going to undertake on ACCA. Okay. Currently, you have to do around performance management, then you have to do tax, then you have to do accounting, auditing, and financial management at this level. So around 5 papers. Okay, there are 4 papers before that. You could have been exempted. Then there's 2 strategic papers which are compulsory, and 2 out of 4 optional papers. So this performance management paper has been around for a long time. Okay, it's just that syllabus has been changing for a while. When you come to this paper, the structure, is, as you can see here, the initial, or what you call the requisite knowledge, is from an earlier ACCA paper known as management accounting. Okay, so some of you would have done this paper, you will probably have passed it, and now you're coming for performance management. So performance management is a nice, glamorous name for, maybe you can call it intermediate management accounting. And you need to do this paper first and pass it. It's compulsory. If you want to do advanced performance management, which I mentioned is an optional strategic paper, advanced performance management will then be advanced management accounting. So this is management accounting, this is intermediate management accounting, and this is advanced management accounting. You could put it this way. Now, the knowledge from this paper is not only required for this advanced performance management. Like I said just now, this advanced performance management is an optional paper, so you might decide not to do it. But you still need this knowledge to go to a compulsory paper known as Strategic Business Leader, which is about strategy, where you have case studies and you have to propose solutions, advice, which are of a strategic nature. So you can see, therefore, this paper is a bit of a sandwich paper. And so it's very important to be able to do this. Now, if you're doing it at the beginning of your ACCA studies or immediately after management accounting, it's very good, because then you will probably remember all your management accounting or what you have studied in your university degree, maybe, that gave you exemption. And so you'll be able to do it well. The only issue then is, by the time you do advanced performance management, which could be 1.5 years down the line, and for some 2 years down the line, if you decide to do advanced performance management, you may have then forgotten a bit about this. So you will have to keep your notes and what you have done and your books just for reference if you decide to do advanced performance management 2 years down the line. Now, this paper is made up of 5 sections, as you can see, of the syllabus: A, B, C, D, E. And so this is what we will cover during our teaching. Our teaching, as I will show you afterwards, will be made up of 20 lectures. So the first part, which we will start on the 11th, I think, of February, yeah, in Kampala. Yeah, I'll be traveling next week, Sunday. It will be about management information systems and data analytics, followed by cost and management accounting techniques. This cost and management account techniques and the information system tend to be done more or less within 5 lectures. Then we go to decision-making techniques, which is quite long. We'll need another 5 lectures to do that. After that, budgeting and control, which is also requiring around 5 lectures. It's quite big as well, maybe 6. And then performance measurement and control, which requires around 4 lectures to complete it. Along the way, like I'm saying to you just now, you will have done management accounting before you come to performance management. Now, some of you have got exemptions, and some of you may have forgotten some of the topics, especially the more difficult topics, which actually feed into performance management. So when we cover our topics, whether it is cost management, accounting, decision making, and budgeting and control, these 3 especially, they draw heavily on the earlier paper, which is MA. So what I will do during class is to do some revision of those topics where it is necessary. Now, the exam format is that you got an exam paper which is going to give you 3 hours. All exams of ACCA are now computer-based. And from this year onwards, you have to come to the exam center. So at MAT, MAT Abacus, we're an exam center. So you can come over and sit for the exam here. But PM, you only have 4 sittings in a year, right? So March, June, September, and December. And our teaching for this course will be for June. Yeah, that's why you have classes in February. Then you have classes end of March, early April, and then you have revision classes in May, which is like 3 weeks before the exam. You need to do all questions, and you need to achieve a pass mark of 50%. Now, the exam structure is that you got 3 sections. In section A, you got 15 multiple task or short objective questions. Let me see whether I can show you a little bit of an example. There it is. Okay, so this is an example. So you got 3 sections, 15 questions for section A, 15 questions for section B, and 2 questions in section C, just to give you a quick idea. So in section A, you get many questions. They could be A, B, C, D, but they could also be, nowadays, we have different style. Not everything will be A, B, C, D. This is a 2016 paper. Sometimes you just have to connect and link. So that's why I don't call it multiple choice. Instead, I call it multiple task. But they are short objective questions, each one worth 2 marks. Then you have a section B. You might say, oh, a section B also got multiple tasks, short objective questions. So what's the difference? Why are they separated? The difference is that when you go to section B, you will find that, you see, this is section B. You have, instead of the question giving you the information, look at this one here. So for you to answer this question using activity-based costing, what is the total fixed overhead? You need to read this initial information about the situation. In section B, we give you the initial situation in form of a very short scenario. And this short scenario has all the information for you to do question 5 short multiple task questions. So that means you will have 3 short scenarios. And for each of these scenarios, you have 5 short multiple task questions. So in other words, you have 3 short scenarios, and each one has 5 short multiple task questions. Yeah? Is that okay? Any question? Yeah, I can see a hand there. No. Okay, if you have any question, just ask me. If you don't want to ask me by using the mic, you can go into the chat box here and you can ask me. Is that okay? Yeah. Look, our class will also be very similar, where you go into the chat box and you ask. I'll come back to the classes. Then you go to section C, which is the last section of the exam. And here, the scenarios are not short anymore. See the length of the scenario in section B. The longest it is half a page. You see? And sometimes it could be as short as, you see, a third of a page. And in some cases, as short as maybe a quarter of a page. In this particular exam, the shortest is 1/3 of a page. But in section C, the scenarios are much longer. Yeah, they're much longer, as you can see here. And the question, there's no multiple tasks, no ABCD, no blanks, no links, nothing. Instead, you have potentially a long question worth 20 marks with 7 marks for calculation and 13 marks for you to discuss performance. Or they can still break it up. So there are 2 long scenarios in section C. Each one is worth 20 marks. The 20 marks can come like this, 20 marks. 7 for calculation, 13 for discussion. Or it can come like this, where they give you the major part of the scenario, and then they first ask part A, 6 marks. Then they add a little bit more information, then they ask part B, 4 marks. Then they add more information, and then they ask part C, which is worth a total of 10 marks. Total of the whole question is then 20. So 15 times 2, 30 marks for section A. 15 times 2, 30 marks for section B. 2 times 20, 40 marks for section C. And that makes you a total of 100 marks that you have to attempt. In ACCA, you just need to score 50. Of course, 50 is a bit tight, but you pass. 50 is considered a pass. Obviously, if you get 51, it's probably better for your heart. Yeah, so that you don't get, you don't feel it as a shock result. Now, section A of the exam, questions will come from any area of the syllabus, means from any of these 5 areas. Section B of the exam, yeah, you can get questions from, again, any area of the syllabus, but particularly that one of the 3 scenarios will come from section B, which is the cost and management accounting section. Yeah, so it's very difficult to predict topic, but there is a little bit of predictability in terms of what syllabus section area are more guaranteed to come out. And in section C, one of the 20 marks question will be from performance area of the syllabus, which is performance measurement and control. So you might say, but why are you talking about the exam? Yeah, you see, at the end of the day, ACCA is exam oriented. Yeah, so there is no such thing like we give you an assignment for you to do and we mark and it counts towards your results. No, of course, we give you tests to do. It's mostly for you to gauge and for the lecturer to gauge, yeah, how well you're progressing. So what we give you in terms of study resources, we at MAT Abacus, I specifically use the MAT Abacus learning management system extensively. I'll show you immediately after we finish this slide. Also, the school will give you an ebook, a BPP ebook. Then ACCA gives you access to its study hub. All ACCA students get this access. And ACCA will also provide you access to a practice platform for you to see past year questions and attempt past year questions. All right. You will need to know how to manage all of this, because if you don't manage all of this very well, you will be overwhelmed. So my advice will be for you to basically use our LMS mostly and use a study hub for practicing questions on. On the study hub, you also have PowerPoints and notes, but I'm giving you notes. And during class, we're covering these notes. So if you now go and see another note, you're going to have to make. You also have the ebook that we give you. So the ebook, you use it as a reference textbook. Let's say there's something we explain in class, you don't always clearly understand, or you want to have more details. Then you go to the ebook, you relook at it. So you have two sources, from me and from the ebook. For practice, you get from me, you get from the ebook, 2, and you get from the study hub, 3. Because it is all about examination. If you do well in the examination, you pass. It's that simple. So the number one objective in your mind is, I have to practice exam questions. I have to practice exam questions. I have to practice exam questions. It doesn't matter. You don't say, oh, I'll wait when we finish the syllabus, then we'll practice questions. It doesn't work like that. Not in ACCA. It doesn't work like that. So in my class, from the first class, you will do exam questions. From the first to the last class, for 20 sessions, you're doing exam questions. And you're doing past year questions. There is no such thing as, oh, I give you a simple and easy one. Yeah, and then you get. Of course, when we work at beginning, we choose past year questions, which are a bit easier. Then we do a bit more difficult so that you can see. Then you go to the ebook, you practice similar level. You go to the study hub, you practice similar level. Then you go to the practice platform, also pass your questions. Some of them will be in the same level we do in class. They all pass here. They all pass here. But obviously, some of the past year questions are a bit more difficult. Some are easier. Some are medium difficulty. Yeah, you don't expect everything to be easy. Obviously, we will do all past year questions so that you can get exposure. Some of the past year questions we do in class are easier. And as we do a second one or a third one, if we have time, they become more difficult. Yeah. It doesn't mean that the easy don't come out. They come out. It doesn't mean the difficult don't come out. They come out. So this is where the challenge is. A lot of students, they study, but they don't practice. They don't practice past year questions. They don't practice the questions we did in class, which are past year questions. They don't do the questions in the ebook. They don't do the past year questions. You cannot pass exam like that. ACCA is exam, 100% exam oriented. So from day one, we talk about exam. Pass your question, pass your question, pass your question, pass your question. There's no other way. It is hectic. It is stressful. But there's no way that me as a lecturer with 30 years of teaching ACCA experience, me myself, I'm an FCCA, that I give it to you in 2 ways. I show easy way, then when you start seeing the exam questions, you get shocked. So how do I do? Even though we'll be doing exam questions all the time in class, in practice, and during revision, and during tests, you will still be finding some questions, like I said, difficult. Some questions you will be kind of shocked a bit to see those questions. But if you are practiced enough, you have that attitude to work, then you'll get it. So ACCA is not something that is an easy exam. So, okay, what do I give you? What does the school give you? Like I said to you, we give you the ebook. You'll get the ebook, and you get our learning management system. Now, the way I record everything is a learning management system. So I show you the learning management system. So once you register with a school, they'll give you a way to log in. You use your email, you create a password, and then you log in. Like I'm doing now, the same. You do the same, I do the same. And you will see the courses for which you are registered. This is called your dashboard. You see your name also appear here. So if your name is Steve, hi Steve. If your name is John, hi John. If your name is Deborah, hi Deborah. So it's quite nice. And let's say you're registered for PM. So PM will appear. If you're only registered for one course, only PM will appear. So you get calendar on this side. You got so many things you can look at, my courses, dashboard, home, etc. So then this one you click. If you're registered, you'll be able to access this. This is your LMS. This is where I interact with you online through the LMS, apart from the class. So you open this. Now this is where we put all the resources. I put all the resources that I need, that I want to cover, that I have covered in class. It's all there. So there's announcement. Please note that PM classes start on Thursday, 12 February. So not 11, sorry, 12 February at 6:15 p.m. in Kampala at MAT Abacus. This is the syllabus. Yeah. This is a formula sheet you can download. It's all open. If you're registered, it's all ready for you to download already. The course notes, this is the notes from me. Yeah, they are already shortened. They are not very long. Yeah, so you just click this like this. Yeah, you open the link. Yeah, and then you open the notes, and there you go. And it's open. You can download to your computer. So the total of my notes are around 70 to 80 pages. I already summarized, after many years of teaching, put only what is essential there. Of course, that's why I say the ebook that we give you, you can also use for further reading. Okay. So notes part 1 is available for you to download already if you're registered. Notes part 2 are there. Part 3 I haven't opened yet. Part 4 I haven't opened yet. Past year questions that we will do in class is already available here. So if you're registered, you can already download this to your computer. You see how it is? Yeah, it's all past year, June 15, specimen 16, September 16, September 16, December 16, as we go on and on and on, September, December 24, more recent paper, September, December 23, all past year questions. This is what we will do in class. Yeah, we'll do in class for teaching and for homework. It's all the PM past year questions for classwork. Then there are some more past year questions on this one, which haven't been published entirely, yeah, but has been published through the exam reports, and they are here. There are not many here, so you can also download. We will also use in class. All right, so let's come back to this one so that you don't get lost here. So you have downloadable lecturer notes I have shown to you. You have downloadable past year question and answers. You have downloadable syllabus and PM formula sheet. You have downloadable classwork questions, they're all here. And all your classes, all your sessions are clearly laid out here. We start on Thursday, 12 February. And then the next class is 13. The following class, 14, 15, 16. Yes, they come one after another because when I travel there, I have many parts of the world I have to move and work on. So it's a bit of a tight schedule. So you should not miss classes. But in between, we'll give you a bit. So there's test 1, then Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesday, we give you a bit of a break. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, just 1 day break in between. And it goes. And then in March, online, the class will be online. So I probably will not come. So far is decided because my timetable is so tight. I probably will not come to Kampala in March. Yes. The first 10 classes, I'm there. So you can see there when I just put like this. Yeah, let me move this. When I just put like this, that means it's both physical and online. It's both. But if it's not physical and it's only online, then I'll put it online here. So the March and April classes are only online. Yeah, because coming all the way to Kampala is quite far. Yeah, so, and my timetable is very tight. Yeah, but the test, this is why the LMS is very important. But in February, I'm there. All right, Celia? Yeah, okay. So the next thing I want to show you, yeah. So you have 20 online sessions. So the first 10 for this time, the first 10 will also be physical. Yeah, the first 10. Yeah, the first 10 will be physical and online. The next 10 will be only online. There are four short computer-based tests and one computer-based mock exam. You can see the dates are all aligned here. Let me show you. Okay, then I'll look at the question you have. All right, okay, good. So you can see here we have test number 1. So it's all planned already, test number 1. This will be available from 18 February. So we finish first 5 lectures, then you have it. And when I give you the test, it's online. It will stay open. It will stay open. So you should do it as quickly as possible, but you have time to study a bit. For example, you say, okay, I have classes in February, then my next class in 28th of March. So can I do the test, let's say, on 15 February? Yes. Can I do the test on 15th of March? Yeah, no problem. No problem. That's why we are using computer-based system. And it's computer-based tests. It's not exactly the same software that ACCA is using. If you want to see the ACCA exam software, you have access. You go to the ACCA practice platform, like I'm mentioned just now. You have ACCA has a practice platform, yeah, which you have been given access to, this platform. There you will see the software that ACCA use. We will use our own software. Yeah, it's still computer-based. Yeah, so you still feel the same pressure. You still have to answer online. You still have to do everything on computer. Yeah, so the experience is very much the same. But you have to sort of understand that. Obviously, we provide you a service, so we have to use our platform so that our class is properly run. Yeah, you can understand. Universities also use this. I have used it for my university courses. I've used it for my ACCA courses. I also teach on Chartered Institute of Management Accounting. So we use this heavily. Yeah, and so you have the test here. So no limit. I want to do this on 20th of March. Can I do that? Yes. Okay, but don't delay too much. Yeah, I want to do it on 20th April. Fine, but don't do it after the exam. Then there's no point. Then 17 February, we continue our classes. So when then there's test 2, it will be available from 23rd February. Again, when do you want to do it? Up to you. It's very flexible. You just have to have access to the LMS. You must be a registered student. You access it and everything is there. There'll be some more things here. Then you have test number 3. This will be on 7th of April, opening on 7th of April. Then you have test number 4. This will open on 13th of April. And finally, you have the mock exam, which will open from 25th of April. Yeah. So it's all planned out. Every date of your class is already there. Okay, so what do we do next? Okay, so we have for the test, the mock exam. Now, the actual classwork, we will use mostly spreadsheet because in the exam, for section C of the exam, if you have calculation, they give you a spreadsheet. This is part of your training to become an accountant. So ACCA wants you to use a spreadsheet. So in class also, when we are doing questions, we'll be using spreadsheet. But when I have to draw a diagram, then I will use a blank page and I draw it. Now, what happens at the end of the class, this classwork, which is in spreadsheet, or any diagrams that we have drawn, which will be in a PDF format, these will be uploaded. I will upload this at the end of every class to the LMS. This is the support we give you. Yeah, so this will be in the LMS. I'll give you an example. Okay, so let's say class number 1, lecture number 1 is over. The handwritten classwork file is a PDF I have drawn, I have written with my hand. I upload it here. So if you missed anything, you did not write, it's there. So you can focus entirely on what I'm teaching you. Yeah. And if there is an Excel file, you see XLS, I have an Excel file, I'll upload it. This is for last year, December 25, lecture 1 and 2. So for you, there'll be a new file. What we cover in class will be there. So everything that we write, we type in class, a record of this in Excel or in paper format, in a PDF format, I will upload at the end of every class. Before I leave the MAT Abacus campus, it will be there for you. And it will be for every class. Some of them will be like here. It will accumulate 1 and 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4. Easy. So you need to have access. You just download it to your own computer. You refer to it, you review it, you miss something, you did not understand something, you did not catch something, it's there. That's how easy we make it for you. I mean, at least I make it for you on this LMS. We have this LMS. So this LMS is your best friend as to what is going on in class, what we are covering, what we are not covering. But of course, you need to attend the class. If you don't attend the class physically or online, the live class, then you will fall behind. So you might say, okay, what if lecture number 4, someone was not well, I was not so well, my brother was not so well, my kid was not so well, my dad was not so well, so I could not attend that class. I missed. What happens now? Now, what happens now? If that happens, unfortunately, let's say it won't happen, yeah? But if something happens, again, you miss lecture number 2 or lecture number 3, don't make it a habit, please. So you come here, you'll have the record of what we have done in the Excel file. What we have written, what I have written is as a record. In addition, the whole 3-hour lecture, 2.5 hours lecture, is the video of this is also uploaded. Online video recording for each PM class will be made available the day following the class. So if we have a class today, like today we're having this webinar, the next day we put the webinar there for you, we put the class recording there for you. But here I need to issue a slight, I don't want to use the word warning, but a very strong piece of advice. Do not make it a habit to rely on the video recording for every class that you miss. Because when you attend a class physically or online, when it's going on live, you can ask questions, I can answer, you can interact with me, etc. It's a completely different experience, completely different. Of course, physical is the best because you're there, your attention is focused. Online is the second best, as long as it is live. But if you don't attend physical or online, and you only wait the next days, the 2 days later, 3 days later to watch the video, remember you have to sit and watch a 2.5 hours video. It is very passive. I mean, if there is no choice, fine. So how do you use online video recording? The way I advise you is you attend your classes. And let's say when you're reviewing a specific area, because the class is very long, so sometimes if you're tired, you miss a little bit. And then you say, what did the lecturer really say about this? I can see the Excel file. I can see the Excel file. I can see what he has written in terms of a diagram. But what was he saying about this? Then you come to that video recording. Let's say it was after 1 hour. You just play that part on the 60th minute to the 70th minute. You rewatch, you relook, you rehear that particular part. Yeah, you see the camera will show me and will show what we're doing in class, like what's happening now. And then you can say, okay, that's what he said. That's what I missed. Or I want to rehear what the lecturer said. I want to re-listen, re-watch how the lecture, because I'll do line by line, step by step, so you will follow it with my how you call it, teaching going on. So you catch up. You understand? That's the best way. And that recording will be available. All these notes, all these lectures will be available all the way for 20 lectures, all the way. That's why you don't accumulate this. You miss many classes, you are going to, like normal, you're going to find it very, very hard. Yeah. So we are there. We are planning that for you. We make this available for you. No problem. No problem. But bear in mind, yeah, for anything, if it accumulates, it's going to be difficult. Yeah. Yeah. Already these subjects are not easy. ACCA is very challenging. So when you come for each class, read the notes that are given to you. You download, like I showed to you here, it's available. So let's say for the first day of class here, which is on 12 February, you download this first set of notes, which is already available. You start reading before class, and therefore then during class, you will find it easier to follow. I make the soft copy available to you. It's for you. Eh? It's not for your friend who did not register for this class. Yeah, you're an accountant, you're an ACCA student, you must follow ethical rules of ACCA. MAT Abacus and I only make this available for you. Please note that all the notes and class materials, all these class materials, yeah, the whole 20 lectures posted in this section are strictly for your personal use, should not be distributed in any form whatsoever. You pay for the course, we make it available to you. You don't make it available to someone else. Yeah, that is a breach of the agreement you have with our school. Yeah, and also is unethical. Yeah, so we are in a relationship of trust. I trust you, MAT Abacus trusts you, you trust us to do the best that we can do for you. You study, you do your best. We make every possible tool available for you. Everything is available. We give you classroom to come and study. We give you LMS. Everything is, even the ebook for BPP, MAT Abacus is providing to you, you know? So it's not really a money-making enterprise, you know? Believe me, education is not like that. Yeah, but the school has been there for a long time. Yeah, and we are a platinum school, so we are proud of what we do. Our lecturers are proud of what we do. Yeah, so but you have to do your part. Then you use the past year questions to illustrate topics taught. I will do that in class. So download them. I showed to you just now. We will do brief MA topic revision where necessary for important areas. So even if you forgot something from your previous study, I will revise for you in class. You're strongly advised, as I mentioned, to attend all classes live, either physical by attending at MAT Abacus premises for the first 10, or online. Even if it's online, you need to attend via Zoom. While class recordings will be made available, they should be used mostly as backup, which I've already explained to you just now. Now, the lower level syllabus like PM, like MA, then you go and do UK tax, you go and do the accounting papers, the audit papers. The syllabus are very wide. So you see, we have 20 lectures. We don't have time to repeat. Yeah. Of course, if you ask questions, we will answer those questions. Well, we have a lot of coverage. Now, if we don't cover, it's a problem as well, because we cannot predict what questions will come out, what topics will come out, because it's a computer-based exam. In a computer-based exam, you could be sitting right on this desk, and you have another candidate sitting on the same desk, but further from you, where you cannot see the screen, in the same hall, doing the same exam, and they are not getting the same questions. They're not getting the same questions. And so you come out of the exam, you see your friends. Did you do this question? I say, what? I did not see that question. This is the era of using computer-based exam. At least we don't have AI yet, artificial intelligence on the exam. Once that come in, I think everyone will have completely different questions. Now, at least, maybe when you come out of the exam, out of the 30 and out of the 32 questions, maybe John and you, so the same 10 or 15 out of 32 questions, you got the same. Maybe 5 years from now, all 32 questions that everyone see will be different. So it's not possible to predict the topics. That's why we have to have a strong coverage. That's the difficulty. Yeah, and of course the questions, you never know how they will change. So we can do as many questions as we want. Some will come out similarly with different numbers. Some will be the same topic, but slightly different emphasis. But some will be completely new because, we are creating more new questions all the time. Yeah. So the exams are very stressful, are very challenging. Yeah. Okay. So that's why it is important not to miss any class. Yeah. If you miss, like I say, once or twice, hopefully don't make it more than 2. You can still have the video and everything else is there for you to catch up. But remember, professional exams are, I said stressful, but for some, they are very stressful. And the time constraint. Now, I have a number of students. We have a very strong pass rate, okay? If ACCA has a pass rate on this paper, this PM paper has a very low pass rate, unfortunately, less than 40%. We have slightly above 40%. That's why we are a platinum school. Of course, we are trying to maintain it. It's not easy, yeah? And whenever we see students not passing, they're not failing badly, many of them. Some of them, they don't study, obviously, they fail badly. But those who fail above 40, they get 42, 43, 44. I have a few emails of some of them I have to reply. Most of the time, what you see is their problem is not that they did not study. Their problem is they have time constraints. So in 3 hours, they answered 80% of the exam. So they got 45. So you say 45 divided by 80 is more than 50%. Yeah, 45. Let's see what the pen will write. 45 divided by 80 is greater than 50%. Now, this is how we write in class, but the pen today is a bit, I have to, to charge it, then it will work better. Yeah, so 45 over 80 is more than 50%, but they fail because it's 45. So the number one issue is a time constraint. So that makes it very, very stressful. Yeah, so you have to have a lot of question practice and you have to have time-based practice. That's why even the tests that you see that I set for us to do on our LMS, the test, for example, this test is only 1 hour. Of course, since this is the first test, I give you more time than you have in the exam, but not much more, maybe 10% more time. As we go to test number 2, test number 3, test number 4, I will bring it closer to what you will get in the exam. And finally, when you reach the mock exam, it's exactly 3 hours. And being it's a computer-based exam, once you reach 3 hours, it closes. You cannot do anything. No, I haven't finished. Sorry, it will close. So you realize a lot of times students are all right. Their knowledge is good. They study hard. I have taught in Uganda now. This is my 19th year. I can tell you, if I keep coming back to Uganda to teach, it's because Ugandan students are good students. Yeah. I have 2 countries where I like to go. One is Vietnam, very far, and one is Uganda, very far apart. But these 2 countries, students are very good. Yeah. They make the effort. They study. They attend classes. Yeah, and results are good. Both places are, we have platinum status. I have been going to other countries, but after some time, the lecturer, him or herself also feel, you know what, I think I'm wasting my time because the students are not giving enough effort. But in Uganda and in Vietnam where I teach, yeah, now Vietnam I don't really go so much because, my time is a bit limited. Yeah, you find that people are giving effort, and that is something that as a lecturer you want as well. You see the students do not put the effort. The lecturer is the same. Then you also don't want to go. But in Uganda, I'm still there. 19 years. Yeah, this is the 19th year. By May, it will be 19 years. Yeah. So I know my students in Uganda are good. Yeah. And I meet them now, not only in Uganda, I meet them around the world. Many of them work in different parts of the world now, based on having done ACCA and having got the experience. Yeah. So my advice is you need to have exam practice. You need to have time-based practice. Yeah. And during class, I will teach you techniques, how to save time, how to do within time, how to do a question faster. Yeah. And why some people are slow. Yeah. Do not miss classes, I mentioned. Do your homework. I never give you more than 3 or 4 questions to do homework. But the homework is, oh, you know what? Can you do this, do this, do this, do this for next class? Yeah. They're normally short ones. So they're never too long. They don't take more than 10, 15 minutes to do. Yeah. So if you haven't done, you come earlier, you do. If you haven't done, while you wait for me, you do. Obviously, it's easier to do. You get it wrong. When you do, good. When your lecturer asks you, this is a homework, or I don't want to do, I don't know how to do. Oh, I do not want to do because I think I will get it wrong. I want you to get it wrong. I want you to do. And I want you to do it wrongly. Not correctly. Because when you do it correctly, and then when the lecturer do, yeah, okay, yeah, I got it. But when you do it wrongly, then you pay attention. And you say, what did I do wrong? Where did I think? What my thinking is wrong? And then if you ask, you can ask, I did it this way. What's wrong with this way? What did I misinterpret from the question? You learn more. But someone who hasn't done anything, that person comes to class, the next class, these are the 3, 4 homework to do, which would have taken 10 minutes. The person did not do. You're now coming to watch a show. You're going to the cinema, you're watching a movie. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the way to do it. On the day of the exam, or on the day you do the test online, on the day you try, you don't know how to do. So the little bit we ask you to do, please do. Attempt the 4 computer-based tests and the mock exam on the LMS page of performance management, the one I've been showing to you. This is our LMS page. Again, you're not doing this for me. You're not doing this for the school. You're doing this for yourself. And again, if you don't get it right, it's fine, because then you learn from it. Read the class notes before and after class, the one that you can download to your computer. You just download your computer. I give you the notes. It's my notes. It's my notes. I have 25, 30 years of teaching. These are notes not from one day, not from BPP, from me teaching for 30 years, simplifying for 30 years, adding to it for 30 years, editing for 30 years. And I trust you with it. Yeah? So read those notes. Read all the questions, redo all the questions we do in class. So if you say, I say, okay, these are the free homework. Free homework. But during class, we did another 3. Before you do the free homework, you relook at the 3 we did. You read the notes again. You read what we have explained. Then you do the 3. Yeah? At least that will help you. Practice more past year questions on your own. Yeah? Because remember, you have it from the LMS. From the LMS, you have all the past year questions here. There. Past year questions from December 14 to March, June 16. Past year questions from September 16 to 2024. They're all there. So there's no lack of practice. You have the BPP ebook. You have the ACCA Study Hub. You have the ACCA Practice Platform. There is no shortage of questions for practice. There is no shortage. Yeah, they are challenging. They are difficult, some of them. But that's the way. There's no other way. I'm not going to make it sound easy, make it sound too simple, because it is not. Because you need to face the music. You're adults. So the more you practice on your own, or make a small group of 3 or 4 friends. Don't exceed 5. 3 is ideal. Because once you exceed too many, you have too many, everybody start telling stories, we don't study. Yeah. Yeah. And then you study in that small group. Yeah. You try, you don't understand something. One of them say, oh, no, I understand. Someone doesn't understand something, you understand. You learn from each other. And then when all three don't understand, you bring it to class, you ask a lecturer. You follow? Yeah. So this is a way I think you have. It's not that you did not study before. You have studied before. Some of you have gone to universities. It's not that you haven't gone to universities. You okay. You know how to do all of this. It's just that don't fall behind. ACCA is challenging, but you can do it. You know why you can do it? Very simple. The past, I mean, just my experience in Uganda, the past 17, 18 years I've been coming, I've had thousands of students just in Uganda. I'm not talking about another thousand, so many thousand students around the world. Yeah, for my 30 years of teaching experience. And if many of them have passed, then you can do it. If others can do it, you can do it. It's challenging, but if others can take the challenge and pass, why not you? It's not impossible. It's tough, it's hard, but if you do your side, no problem. You see, we make everything available for you. It's now whether you will take this seriously, whether you will be interested enough. But remember, to become an accountant, you have to be detailed. Yeah, you have to understand the detail. You cannot be overall. That's not an accountant. To become a doctor, you have to be detailed. To become an engineer, you have to be detailed. To become a lawyer, you have to be detailed. Any job, you think when you write, when you are a Buddha rider, you think it's easy? He is not paying attention. You get into an accident, and some accident can be very dangerous. So he has to look carefully. We also, as accountant, we have to consider carefully. It's just different kind of details, different kind of attention. Nothing is easy. Yeah. But we at MAT Abacus and me, my LMS, everything is available. I teach you in the same way that I've taught your bosses, maybe some of them have become big people today. They are partners of big firms. They work internationally. Yeah. Our past students are CEOs. Yeah. Some of them are head of, government audit head, government accountants. Yeah. Private sector. Yeah. The big people. Yeah. Now after 17, 18 years, for the past 5, 7, 8 years, whenever during the day I go out, walk in Kampala, go out for lunch, you go to a restaurant. Oh, sir, how are you? Oh, who are you? Oh, I was in your class in 2010. I was in your class in 2012. What are you doing now? Oh, I'm the CEO. Oh, I'm the CFO. Yeah, I'll drop you at the hotel. It's very nice, it's so satisfying to see people successful. And you will be one of them, but they went through the class. They work hard. Yeah, I think, do you have any questions? I think basically that's it. That's my presentation to you about PM, about our LMS, about how you study. Yeah. If you have any questions, please ask me. It's because we started 5 minutes late, so we can have a few minutes more. So we don't want to exceed 1 hour of presentation. No. No. Okay. So if there are no questions, yeah, I think the boys down there at the school, they'll somehow, they have recorded it. They can make this available for you to see again. But anyway, I welcome you to join the class. Yeah, you're welcome, Claire. And if you're in class, I will see you in Kampala at the campus, yeah, at our campus on Thursday, 12th February. Yeah, today we are basically going to be first very soon. Yeah, you're most welcome, Celia. I'll see you all on 12th February on Thursday, and we'll start the class sharp at 6:15. Yeah. See you. Have a good evening and enjoy your weekend.